Interesting content. All right. So you had a couch appointment.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I like they walk you through like a whole little thing, and you pick which couch you want, and then you get to go through all the fabrics and which fabrics you like, and which ones feel like a softer or more texture, and what kind of arms and all this other shit. It took like 40 minutes. Um,
So are you
looking
getting
at
like a
getting
custom couch or something?
Yeah, like I mean, pretty much you can pick your style and then from a bunch of different fabrics and all that shit.
Cool.
Turns out everywhere you go is going to sell you a couch for 6 months from now, either way. So
Why 6 months from now? Just because of supply shortages and stuff, or just
yeah,
that's the
because
lead
of like
time?
yeah, like that's the world now. It's just everything's fucking delayed forever.
I heard that lumber went down. I
That's
mean,
good.
not a lot, but it's not as expensive as it was.
Hell, Lumberg fucked her.
Hmm.
See, I said Lumberg.
Oh, I don't get that joke, Jason.
It's from Office Space. Popular
Oh, okay.
popular film.
I know who that is now. I got my iPad Mini.
Do you fly a plane?
Do I have it strapped to my leg? No. How many times did they mention that? Like, they were so fucking like thrilled that a pilot straps it to his leg, and I'm like, okay, calm down, guys.
I w-
Jesus.
I didn't actually see the Apple thing. I just heard Vergecast talking about it. They're like they make the iPad Mini specifically just so they can say that pilots use it. They're so excited about the plane.
They were very excited about that. Make sure you're recording, by the way.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, I really like it. It's 40 grams heavier than my brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is dope, but it feels lighter.
Ooh.
And I had Yvonne like hold them like one in each hand, and she's like, "No, the iPhone's definitely uh heavier." And we weighed them, and nope, it's lighter. It's weird.
It makes sense if the weight's more spread out, though. It's not going to feel as heavy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's pretty nice. The only thing I don't like about it, which people are complaining about, is the screen has a bit of a jelly effect when you scroll up and down.
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
you're familiar with that, where one side, the side that basically is fed the video, is the fastest side, and the opposite side lags a little bit.
You know, I actually would have had no idea what you were talking about, but they talked about this on the Vergecast this week.
Yeah. I mean, I had it the last time I saw it was on my iPad 3. I'm not surprised though. It's a pretty cheap display for Apple anyway. It's not. I mean, it's nice. It's like 326 ppi and it's P3 color gamut and all that stuff, but it's no ProMotion, none of that. Where with the iPhone, I didn't notice the 120 hertz at first, but after going back to my 12 to do some stuff and coming back, it was like a stark difference. It's like watching a video on YouTube that's in like 24p and then watching a 60p video, how it's kind of jarring because
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
smooth. That's how it is. And now I'm hooked on it. And I've had 120 hertz on my iPad um, since 2019, I think, when I bought my my 9.7 Pro. And I haven't noticed it as drastically as I am on my iPhone. It's really nice.
So you did you get the new iPhone already?
Yeah, I got the iPhone and the iPad yesterday.
Damn, that's quick. I didn't know they were already out. I know they just announced them like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, the iPad, uh, the announcement was last Tuesday, and iPad minis went up for sale that day, and then iPhones went up for sale on Friday. Both of them for delivery on the 24th, which was yesterday.
Oh,
So
cool.
Apple's really good at promising their delivery times, and it came at like 11 in the morning, both of them. So I had to come home so they wouldn't sit on the porch all day.
Oh, fun. That was me last week when I got my video card.
Yeah, I'm not letting that shit sit outside.
I also got car parts this week that I was like, oh no, I don't want those to sit all day. That's $400 sitting on my porch.
Yeah.
Now my car makes cool supercharger noises.
Like, is because you have supercharger-ish parts, or you're just like faking it? What's the deal?
I have a supercharger, but my car kind of deadens most of the noise of it with the intake that's on it, and
Oh,
the new intake that's on there is much more open and lets through much more supercharger noises.
well, congratulations.
I
You got new
will,
Apple devices and you got supercharger noises.
yeah. Chat called it out, and also I just heard like your audio's kind of jumping.
Jumping.
Yeah, like just a second ago, I heard your audio jump. It got really hot, and you got kind of louder, and then it seemed like you leveled off, like something's trying to auto level you or something.
Okay.
Your audio's jumping.
Oh, yeah. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sound fine.
All right. This should fix it.
So what are we gonna do? Like a couple beers? I got whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I think we could find enough. I want to get the rest of us in on this, but
I got Sprouts beers, so
I'm gonna save these. But for those of you on the stream, a glimpse into our future.
smooge.
Smooge, legit fruit. It is made with legit fruit.
Is that a seltzer? Or what exactly is that again?
Smooge is a hard seltzer smoothie.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm really looking forward to that.
It won the smoothie seltzer showdown that Don't Drink Beer did. Although close second was Fruit Smash.
Yeah, if you're in the chat and my audio spikes, let me know. The auto leveling thing on StreamYard was turned on, which is usually turned off because I just did that. It just did it?
Yeah. It's like the mic gets really hot and it starts picking up a bunch of background noise, and then it goes back. But it seemed to correct itself.
Let me leave and come back.
I'm on stream by myself. There's no John. You guys can see. We don't love them hoes.
The gird.
JK, we do love them hoes.
Yeah, I've got 2 Sprouts beers. You know that shirt that Beer Night in San Diego made called the Anti-Sexist, Anti-Racist, Pro-Equality Beer Club thing
I think I saw that once, yeah.
I saw a dude in Sprouts wearing one, which was weird.
Cool.
Yeah. And I think the podcast Beer Night in San Diego raised like $25,000 selling those shirts, which I was like, fuck.
Wow. It's neat when you find your neighbors are not pieces of shit.
Yeah, right? And in Redlands, of all places.
Wow.
So I was going to say something to him, but he seemed kind of squirrely. And like him and his girlfriend or wife were kind of just running around like squirrels picking up groceries. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to interrupt this guy.
You know, it's weird. I went to Red Carpet and I could have sworn it was the chick from House of Booze working there.
Really? Maybe it was.
They're like 30 minutes apart. And
is House of Booze still open, or the place that shall not be named?
I thought it was.
Huh.
I mean, I was there like a month ago.
Well, that was a month ago. A lot of things can change in a month.
I suppose so. Can't imagine the place next to the Burnout restaurant in Colton has really that high of overhead.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to another episode of Fresh Off the Shelf.
Fresh off the shelf.
That's the song I made up for it. I actually made that in GarageBand.
We got to get an 808.
Today, I got a couple of Sprouts beers. I have nothing really that exciting. One that's kind of news adjacent. Speaking of which, I might as well just talk about it now. I'm opening a Cali Squeeze Tropical Pog Hefeweizen. If you are looking at this going, where do I know that from? This is the brand that Firestone Walker bought. I want to say a month and maybe 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, 3-4 months ago, I want to say.
I think it was San Luis Obispo Brewing that used to own the brand, or
It is, yeah.
something.
Slow Brewing, yep.
And this isn't the first time Slow sold a brand. I don't know what the first one was, and maybe they did sell it to Firestone Walker. I can't remember. But it was weird to me when the news came out about this because it wasn't Firestone Walker buys a brewery. It's they buy a line of beer, a brand of beer, and so I've seen this before. Firestone bought them, and I never bought it because it's fine looking, it's whatever, but it does look kind of try hard craft. You know what I mean? To me, to my eye,
It's very much going for like an islandy thing.
Yeah, it just looks like something a macro brewer would make.
If it didn't say Cali, I would think it was Hawaiian. They look like they're doing that Hawaii branding.
Well, I think the branding also is because it's a tropical Pog Hefeweizen. And Pog is that passion fruit, orange, and guava, or pineapple? It's passion fruit. Okay.
Yeah, it's passion fruit.
Yeah. So what are you drinking, Jason?
So yeah, when I got the text back that we were actually going to do something today, I was 2 exits from Red Carpet. So.
Cool.
Went to Red Carpet Liquor and got me some DeGard, some hose.
Oh wow, that's a get.
Yeah, they're around at the better liquor stores. I think they're in distro. They're not cheap. It's like $12 for a bottle, but
that's cheaper than I thought it would be.
For hose, which is like their basic bitch beer.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a spontaneous wild ale in oak barrels for 1 year with coriander, sea salt, orange zest, and juice. So it's a goza, basically. Maybe it's pronounced hosa. But
didn't you have this on the show recently?
Maybe
you brought it up.
I've had DeGard for sure.
Yeah, because it's hose like a garden hose, not like HOES. It's HOSE. And I think you did. Yeah, it was on the P. Oh wait, was it on the PQR show? DeGard, I don't know.
That would make no sense.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just.
I would have to be on the D show.
Let's search for DeGard. An episode of Firsts. Wow, that's February 2020. Nope, that's the purple. I remember you mentioning this beer somewhere. It wasn't on the show though, apparently. So.
It's goddamn delicious. Just that like mixed culture, just bit of funkiness, bit of tartness that I love in a lot of places wild beer programs. That's this beer. It's fucking great. And it's 5% alcohol in a 750. It's super drinkable. If you like lambic, this beer would be good for you.
Yeah, dry hopped goza style ale aged in oak barrels with coriander and citrus peel. Sounds like a great late summer, early fall beer for sure. This Cali Squeeze from Firestone, I let Yvonne try this after I had a sip last week when I bought it, and she said she could drink a can of this. To me, she thinks it's a little too bitter and could be more sweet, and I said, I think this is too sweet. And I don't think it should be more bitter, but it's a little too sweet for me. It's very, very fruit forward. It's what it says on the tin. So they say like you definitely get more of a tropical Pog juice flavor than a beer flavor, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I see the Cali Squeezed, I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be beer flavored beer.
Yeah, it's not that Yvonne is the type of drinker who needs something that doesn't taste like beer to enjoy it, but she generally just she prefers very low bitterness.
I was gonna say that it's not a slide on her, as like wouldn't she actually prefer it not taste like beer?
I mean, maybe she wouldn't. I don't know. She's into rosé. She just started drinking again after 5 years, like 6 months ago. So she's dabbling in rosé, and good. It is, and Sauv Blanc, wine.
I can't
too.
get behind Matt Becker when he made his whole wine mom turn, but with white wine, but I could totally dig a rosé. I do
They're
like
tasty and they're
I do
good.
like a wine that's cold. Like I like the flavors of reds, but it's so hot here all the fucking time. I want something cold. It's more refreshing.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had like a big Pinot Noir or something like that. Something that's just like thick and rich.
We get reds primarily still. I did that Bright Cellars website. Wasn't that good for the money? The wine was good, but not $20 good.
I think I saw
$20
an
a
ad for
bottle.
them on someone's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I did too.
Who was it?
I live a podcast YouTube lifestyle, and I
So do I.
I'm gonna get some Raycons and fucking use them to play Raid Shadow Legends.
It's funny, Raid Shadow Legends has turned into a sign that you're actually like a successful channel because while they throw money at lots of people, if you see it reoccurring on a channel, it means that you're actually throwing people their way. So that's a good thing, I think.
It's got 42 realistic characters, and
come clan up with me and let's play.
oh shit,
Finn McKenzie's the latest person I think of when I think of Raid Shadow Legends. So
dude, we got a spammer in here. We can buy followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com.
oh really?
Go to bigmoneysalvia.com.
I don't have the Twitch stream up. Let me see
Yeah,
if I can.
I mean, fuck it. They only posted once.
Oh, okay, that's
you get a free one, asshole.
All right. No, they are banned. I have another beer that I picked up from Sprouts, but and I'll probably open that.
Could get at Sprouts.
Okay.
And
How about
also
you go first?
A beer I've never had.
All right. Well, you go first because I think yours will be more interesting at this point.
I have Pizza Port Travel Perks.
That's a great beer. I've bought
Yeah.
2 or 3 6-packs of that so far.
Strata Azaka Kashmir Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a weird thing they were saying in like a early 90s rap song. Like Strata Azaka Kashmir Columbus. What?
Yeah, we actually had this on the show a couple weeks ago on
did Greg
show
have it?
347. I think
Or
me
did you?
and Tim had that beer.
Yeah, I was peanut butter and jelly.
It's
haven't
a great
seen it.
beer. Yeah.
It's made it to the Inland Empire.
Our comments on that beer, if you remember, Jason, were that it's a great beer, but it's kind of forgettable as far as a Pizza Port beer goes because it kind of just blends in with all of their other excellent beer. I've bought a lot of it, so I enjoy it, but yeah, it's good, but it's another Pizza Port beer.
I would say it's on the bitter side compared to even like Swami's, or maybe it's just because I haven't had that much beer lately, but
Yeah.
it's hitting me pretty bitter.
Okay.
It has a softness to the overall hop profile. It's not as dank and bitey as you usually get from them, but it's super bitter, so it still has a big bite, but the hop character isn't coming through as much. It's almost a little, for a beer that's super hoppy compared to something like Sculpin, it's a little muted. It's not as expressive, I would say, in the hop bouquet.
I would agree with you on that.
Talking wine, so I'm going to use wine terms.
I think that's one of the reasons I kind of said, yeah, it's another good Pizza Port beer. I've bought a lot of it so far, and I'd buy it again. But what I would, like, if they stopped making it, what I want it to come back like in a big way, I wouldn't care. It's just another great Pizza Port beer.
It is, like I said, I haven't had a lot of IPA this month, but it is really bitter. Just
I don't remember it being that bitter.
Yeah, to me it's just hitting my palate, like and lingering on the back of my palate to the point where it's a little challenging. And I did have another IPA today, so at lunch I had a St. Archer Tropical IPA, and it was trash.
St. Archer.
Yeah,
There used to be so much potential, and then they just nope, hard right. We're selling out. Yeah. Before I get to my next Sprouts beer, back in 2 weeks ago on episode 347, Greg opened a Mischief from the brewery. And if you listen to that show, I pulled it out of my cellar. It's been in the fridge for a week. And so that's what I'm opening. I'm opening a 10-year-old Mischief. It's more like not so fresh off the shelf.
You know what's funny? I would say of all the beers that you can pull from 10 years ago, that beer, if you saw it on the shelf, the only thing that looks weird is that it's a 750. That's just unusual nowadays.
Yeah.
But their label still looks very contemporary and cool. Like I think
it definitely stands the test of time.
It doesn't have like a modern look, but it doesn't look dated like a lot of the graphics from the time do.
I think it looks classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they managed to get this really kind of classic, timeless look to their bottles that I think is notable, especially because how the state of how much beer was, our beer labels were fucking dumb as shit back then.
The brewery definitely had a vision for their branding that they still have. With even their transition to cans, where you have to have art on the entire wrap kind of thing. It's still very much the brewery and recognizable as their brand. And honestly, their branding back in the day, or even now, I mean, back in the day when I bought all their beer, their branding was a big part of, I think, selling their beer, because everything looked so cool, despite what may or may not have been in the bottle. It was just like, man, that looks cool. I got to get that because it's a cool looking beer.
That little lineup of bottles, you get like 4 or 5 of them, and you have the photo, and it just looks very fancy and very like you've got something special. Like exactly. You bring that out, and people are like, "Ooh, what is that? That looks like something nice."
Yeah,
Where you bring out like a Bear Republic beer, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
did an 8-year-old draw this?
Yeah, as far as I mean, I guess Bear Republic is classic in their own way, but definitely not classy like the brewery's classy. They're very much old school craft artwork, but they've been working on it lately. I don't know. I'm not going to dunk on them too hard. Their beer's still fantastic though. This Mischief though, the beer inside the bottle, it is not. It's well past its prime. 10 years is too much for a beer like this, even though it's close to 9% alcohol by volume. It's tasting a little dusty, a little oxidized. Nothing I wasn't expecting, but I thought I'd open it anyway. It's got a bit of a haze on it. No head to speak of whatsoever. Carbonation's a little low on it. You just don't want to drink it. It's too old. So, kids, let this be a lesson. Don't sell our beer. And if you do, make sure it's like 15, 20%.
Don't sell their beer. Just drink it. Just buy what you're going to drink.
I'm tempted to just start opening bottles, because my thought before was like to do YouTube videos where I open 6 brewery beers at once and try them. And then, if they're good, keep the rest. If they're bad, throw them all out. And I'm at a point now where I don't even want to do that. I just want to make more space and get rid of those bottles. But
yeah, I'm going to try to do a month where I just open one every day. I probably won't finish but 2 or 3 of them, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I have one more I'm going to crack open. This one was kind of the coolest looking one I got today, so I want to make sure we got it on the show. It is Crowns and Hops and Beer Zombies. Zombies didn't kill him. And that is the protagonist from the original Night of the Living Dead. It's actually black and white on the label too, which is kind of a nice little visual cue that we're talking about the original Night of the Living Dead movie. I see Beer Zombies on stuff a lot. I thought they just made stickers. Is that like a club?
From what I know, well, I think they're out of Vegas. First and foremost, I could be wrong about that, but I know they recently had a festival in Vegas. I think they're more of a beer lifestyle brand kind of thing, kind of like who's the Mexican dude from LA? He's done collabs too. Same as like Beer Zombies has done. I can't think of his name. Yeah, his slogan is "Cheers, motherfuckers." What the fuck is his thing? I forgot what it was. Some in the chat, maybe. Hopped LA should know because he's done a lot of LA stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Anyway, Beer Zombies, I think, is kind of like a beer lifestyle brand. They make cool shirts and stuff. I've never actually looked into it, but that's
apparently there are bars in Las Vegas.
oh, okay.
Says what's on draft, and there's 2 different bars with different tap lists. So, I guess it's a bar.
Did not know that.
I don't
Today I
know.
learned.
Their thing is like a dude with like a traditional craft beard, but then his craft beard is a hop and
Yeah.
his face is a zombie.
That was Beer Thug Life, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And Beer Thug Life just he was a I wouldn't say sponsor, a co-host. He was involved with the Lagerfest thing that Beer Advocate just did. Lagerfest
Okay,
variety
fun.
pack. He was on the stream with Jason or with Todd when they were doing their Beer Fest online thing for the Friday and Saturday that they were doing it. So yeah, that dude is definitely more of a beer lifestyle kind of brand thing, and he knows a lot of people, gets around. He's done a lot of collabs. I think he's done a couple with Aero Lodge.
Yeah, I've seen it around quite a bit. So
I didn't know Beer Zombies was a bar though, or had an actual place. That's cool. Makes me want to go there now.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was like when I say just stickers, yeah, like a brand that is just we have our lifestyle brand and that's a thing.
Yeah.
So this beer, Amarillo El Dorado Simcoe, looks wise, it is exactly where hazy should be. It looks like kind of like a little bit of a more opaque Hoegaarden, but that very light white color, very pillowy looking, not that murkiness, right? It's on that right zone where it looks kind of cloudy.
Yeah, you don't want it to be soupy looking, where it's like clam chowder or silicone in a glass. I don't remember the last time I bought a hazy, just to drink.
I honestly bought this one just for the label. So
yeah, well, I should say if I saw a Crown and Hops beer on the shelf, I would buy it. They're kind of rare in Riverside. Even though they do get local distribution here in SoCal, I don't see them too often. So when I do see them, I buy it. The cool thing about Crowns and Hops is, they still don't have a proper brewery, so that's why they're still doing collabs and stuff. And BrewDog is brewing their beers. As far as I know, for the most part, they're staple beers anyway.
So this beer was brewed in Santa Rosa, California.
Okay. So it's a collab with Crowns and Hops and Beer Zombies brewed in Santa Rosa.
But I'm like, okay, well, we know Russian River didn't do it.
Yeah. Or maybe they did. They're like, you know what, fuck it. Come on in. We're not going to say we were involved with it, but you can say Santa Rosa to build the hype.
But I'm curious who they're contracting with it.
Who else is up there? I'm assuming you're looking it up.
I think Hen House is up there. There's a couple other ones that are in that general zone. But yeah,
it's the best 10 breweries in Santa Rosa, California. Let's see. This is according to Yelp. Erosion Tap House, Vincent Arroyo Family Winery. That's a winery. Okay, no, that was something else. Those were sponsored, so there you go. Russian River, Hen House, Shady Oak Barrel House, Three Disciples, Fog Belt, Cooperage Brewing, Old Possum, Moonlight, Russian River again. I'm assuming this is a different location, and Crooked Goat. I've heard of 4 of those breweries: Russian River, Moonlight, Hen House. No, just 3.
Shady Oak I've heard of too. They were like weirdly like they came out like doing some sour farmhouse stuff, and it was like for like 10 minutes they were like, oh dang, people were hyped on them.
Okay.
They weren't. This beer is pretty good. As always, it would be better if it was a West Coast.
Yeah, I mean, again, hazy beer, I'm not against it. Maybe this is the old man in me talking, but I'm over it. I just, I'd rather not.
It's got a good hop profile. It's got a good character to it. for a hazy, the hops are in the flavor, at least the hops are coming through, and I'm getting a decent amount of hoppiness. The aroma, it could be better, I think. And there is a hint of hop burn on the palate. Like a little bit of that just kind of sharpness that's stinging on there. It almost is hinting like it's an alcohol burn, but it is only 6.6%. So I'm thinking it's just kind of a weird mellow hop burn that's coming in there. Just a lot of material in it.
Would you call it a hype kind of beer, like something you should seek out, or is it just it's just another good average?
I think it's a decent hazy IPA, but yeah, I don't think you go out of your way for it. It is one of the cooler cans I've seen. I just really like the art on it. Like they did actual like hand drawn art that looks pretty cool. That isn't just copying somebody's existing logo. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I opened another beer, but this isn't anything new to the show. It's Pop Fuji. Again, we just got back from Sprouts. We saw Shang-Chi in the theater. It's our second movie in the theater since COVID.
Oh, how'd you like that?
It was good. I liked it a lot. It's definitely, as far as Marvel superhero movies go, the least superhero-y movie of everything, I think, so far. It reminded me of Black Panther because it's kind of in its own little world, but I didn't mean the superhero-y thing as a diss. It was a backstory for that character, and it was a good movie. What was cool was there was a clear point in the movie where Shang-Chi became a superhero, quote unquote. Like he's like, oh, okay, here we go. This is the superhero shit I signed up for, and I think they delivered on it. But overall, it's a really good movie. I liked it.
Oh, sweet. I haven't gone to the theaters really, but I just got a whole new speaker setup, which is insane because now my my home theater, the big difference I have that I didn't have before is that that really ultra low frequency where it just kind of like you feel it in your chest.
Bubbles.
Yeah, my subwoofer can do that now. So I've watched a couple horror movies and they use that a lot. So I watched both the Candymans last week. The original one, not both, because there was a middle one that I'm just going to pretend didn't exist. But I watched the original Candyman from '92. I skipped the '96 or whatever, Farewell to Flesh. And then I watched the new Candyman that Jordan Peele produced, and I'm blanking on the director.
I don't think I've seen any Candyman movies at all. So
I thought it was good. Doing the back-to-back combo, I'd recommend. They bookend into each other really well. The new one is really, even though it's just called Candyman again, it's a sequel. Like they refer to the events of the last movie as backstory for this movie.
Okay.
So it was good. I liked it. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. And then I saw Malignant last night.
Oh yeah. How was that?
Bonkers.
Really?
It is wild. Yeah, like just don't learn anything going in and just watch and just they make some choices and they fucking commit. They do some shit in that movie. It's pretty wild. Somebody smarter than me referred to it as James Wan's Evil Dead.
Okay.
And I wouldn't disagree with that. It was pretty fucking
the description.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to come in. It starts one way, and then it really changes pace.
Oh, this is an HBO Max thing too. Cool.
Yeah, it goes off of HBO Max, I guess, on the 10th, I think. So,
no, it came out on the 10th.
Well, it says October 10th it's leaving HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
They do like a month. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out on September 10th, so that makes sense. October 10th is when it's leaving. Isn't Dune coming out on? Is that HBO? I think.
Yeah, on my birthday.
I don't know a whole lot about Dune, but I've heard that I should watch it.
Sarah is hype about Dune
because Dune 1984 apparently was really good.
everybody will tell you something different. So I was told in the same chat room that I absolutely have to watch the David Lynch one, that I 100% should not watch the David Lynch one first. Other people said I need to read the book, then watch the David Lynch one, and then watch this movie, which seems like a lot of homework to watch a movie. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go into the new Dune and then watch it, and then see if I'm feeling like fucking the worm or whatever it is they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing because I'm not watching a movie from 1984 just to watch what I'm assuming is a remake set, or made in 2021. So.
Well, I would say probably not a remake as much as they went back to the book and made it again in their way, theoretically more accurate. I don't know.
A reinterpretation, I guess, then.
But if you watch it at home, then Denis Villeneuve will fucking get real mad.
Who's Denis Villeneuve?
The fucking director of it.
Oh, well,
his name may look like Dennis. Villeneuve, but
his name's Denis.
That's like Denis Villeneuve is like pretty much how they pronounce his name. There's so many less syllables than you think it has.
Eric Roth. Where do I know Eric Roth from? Oh, I don't know Eric Roth. Never mind. I'm thinking of Eli Roth. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, different person.
The director of Cabin Fever.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, nothing special. The Cali Squeeze, if you're, looking for something that's super refreshing and POG-like, I recommend it. It's good. I think it's a good buy for Firestone, especially if they're trying to cater to people in that hard seltzer market that wants something that's just fruity and delicious, but still gives you a little bit of an alcohol buzz. It's a good beer. And don't cellar your beer. That's the other point to this episode.
Don't cellar it, drink it.
All right, good enough. There's another movie that what was I listening to? It was a podcast. Evan. Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen. That's it.
Okay, so
I don't know. I was vaguely paying attention to this podcast, and there's like a bunch of drama with the gay community and theater community. I don't know.
It really seems to be tearing the theater world apart. So it was a play that was popular. I never saw the play. I've heard a couple of the songs from it, and they are like weaponized to like tug at your heartstrings. You hear like 3 chords, and you're just like, oh, I need a minute. It's just like, doom, doom, doom. Oh shit, what are these pianos doing? Get the fuck out of my brain. But the main actor is the lead from the play, but they cast him in the movie as a teenager, and he's like 30.
Oh, right.
And I don't know. People are comparing it to Cats, which I'm like, there's no way it's Cats bad, but I'm not hearing great things about it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it. I heard it in passing, and it sounded like okay. So the two people that were talking about it were one was lesbian. Well, they're both lesbian, but one's queer, and they're just like, yeah, this is all drama that I guess is valid, and the people that are upset are allowed to be upset. But it's okay if you watch it because it's fine.
I'm not gonna go to the theater to see it. That's for goddamn sure, and I don't think it's on streaming.
I thought it was on streaming. I guess I'm wrong about that.
If I didn't go to the theater to see Candyman, then I'm not gonna see that shit.
Yeah, neither am I. But Shang-Chi, I can recommend that. That was a good movie.
I'll wait till that comes to the home theater again. But
yeah, you
John,
can.
If you want to get the gigantic cool speakers I got, they're not that expensive.
You got Klipsch speakers, no?
Klipsch speakers, yeah, from Costco.
What's the
The whole
Is
setup
there a,
with the
I guess I could just search
receiver,
cost.
the receiver, the subwoofer, and the speaker setup was like $1,500, which is a lot of money, but as home theater shit goes, pretty on the lower end, believe it or not.
They have one here for $8.99 with Dolby Atmos. Oh, there's no sub. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to add the sub. So it's the speaker set is $8.99. The subwoofer is like $200.
$249 for the sub.
I got it on sale. It was like $180.
I just bought a new sub too. Nothing special, but mine went out. I have a system, like a Pioneer system from 2003. That's still it's not even Atmos. It's Pro Logic.
Nice.
So it's barely surround sound, and sometimes it works on certain movies, but yeah.
Yeah, the Yamaha receiver I have it does the Atmos upfiring channels and everything. So
that's cool.
Sounds dope. Honestly, the Atmos is not worth all that much, in my opinion. I don't think it's that dramatically different than 5.1 really was. Like, I wouldn't go out of your way for it. I was very much like, if I'm going to upgrade, then I might as well get Atmos capable shit, because why not? Or because, like, okay, let's support the newest thing. But yeah, the up speaker, it does kind of add a height to it, but it's not like you hear stuff above you. It's more like,
where does the up speaker go?
On the top of the tower speakers, there are speakers that are at like a 15-degree angle that point up at the ceiling.
Got it. Okay.
And they literally bounce the sound off the ceiling.
Because right now I have two speakers hardwired in my ceiling. The speakers that I don't have are the ones like behind you, head level, which I think could be easy enough to add. I could just pull wire through the carpet or whatever. But I never got good performance out of the ones in the ceiling because they're like not 9 feet. Well, what, 6-7 feet away from my ears, and they just.
Well, and I think if it's set up a long time ago too, there's not actually audio data or audio channel that is coming above the.
Well, they're set up on my system to be like the side firing behind you.
Yeah,
but that's just where I put them.
But in a 5.1, as I understand, the side channels or the rears are more side channels, and then it's not until you upgrade to like a 7.1 that they consider those to be a rear, and then you can add a top channel too. But most shit doesn't have data for that.
I need a new receiver too. That's the other part of this, because you just bought the speakers, right?
No, 1,500 was including a receiver.
Oh, okay.
The one that Wirecutter recommends, Costco has their own model of it that costs $150 less. So
really,
it's the exact same thing with a different model number.
And is that a Klipsch or
Yamaha?
Else? Oh yeah, you said Yamaha.
It was like $1,500 all in, and that was at Costco, so you can actually fucking return it. Not to be very suburban dad here, but
money's money.
I got New Balances at Costco.
Yeah, home audio at this point is something that I'd rather buy a new iPhone every year, Jason.
Well, I invested a bunch in the home audio stuff, and then figured I won't have to fuck with it for 5 years.
Cool.
I'm really curious if the Pixel's gonna be anything cool and special or not. Seems like they're trying, but who knows?
Again, this weird marketing campaign they're doing where it's, ooh, look at the Pixel. You can look at it in a storefront window. I hope it lives up to whatever hype they're trying to create, because, okay.
They're only, but they're trying.
I haven't done a lot with the new iPhone camera so far, but the camera module in the new phone is significantly larger. So this is them side by side. The yellow one is my old one. That's kind of bad. You can't really see it in the video. The square is much bigger, and the lenses are significantly larger as well. Um, looking at it in person, it's much bigger. It's kind of crazy. But so far, the cameras look awesome. Is it worth buying a 13 from a 12? No, but I'm on the iPhone upgrade program, so I just get a new iPhone every year. So that
Yeah,
120 hertz scrolling though, man, that refresh rate, oh, that is sweet. That is
I
nice.
usually skip a year. I'll go like I did 3 to 5, and I'm like, if the 6 is amazing, I guess I'll look into it. But we'll see. See if they come up with anything cool.
Lemonade, I did not keep my old phone. The iPhone upgrade program, you get your new iPhone, you set it up, and a week later, Apple sends you a box and a label and says, "Give us our phone back." And so next week, the 12 will be going back to Apple. So that's just how it goes. Or you can keep it because they're individual loans, and if Yvonne wanted it, I'd just keep it and keep paying for it, and then I would own it. So,
All right, my dude.
well, you have a good Saturday, Jason.
Will do.
Everyone in the chat, thanks for hanging out. I think I am not on call next weekend at all, so hopefully we'll be back for a proper show on Saturday, hopefully.
I'm out next weekend, my dude.
No.
I got shit all day both days. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so the following weekend, which I think I'm on call that Saturday. Damn it. So that would be what, Sunday the 10th, I think is the date. Sunday. Yeah, Sunday the 10th.
That'll be the beginning of my vacation. Fuck yeah. That rules.
All right, cool.
All right, so the 11th to the 22nd off. So
the 11th is Columbus Day, so
that's why I took it off.
I know.
I got to take 2 weeks off to really celebrate Columbus.
All right, guys. So hopefully we'll see you guys on the 10th, and thanks